Hey guys, today I'm working on my wire vine project. I took these cuttings back on October the 5th, then I stripped off their lower leaves and then I group planted them into a 6-pack cell tray. And then after about 4 weeks, they had rooted in really well, so I bumped them up a cell size and then potted them into fresh potting soil. Now, a couple of months later, they've really put on some growth, and I've actually cut these back all the way to the soil level already, and they've come back beautifully. But I have noticed the start of some aphids, which I seem to struggle with every year on this plant. So I've just laid the plant on its side, and I'm going to just give it a hard spray of lukewarm water. That should do it. It's going to let those dry a bit. This year I've decided to use a bigger terracotta pot for my topiary, but now the form I have is too small. Last year the pot I used was a 5-inch, and then this year I'm going to use a 12-inch, and that'll also keep the pot from blowing over in storms. Now I did look on Amazon and they don't sell the bigger circles with the stakes, so I'm just going to jimmy rig my own. So I was thinking to cut up this old tomato cage. Now I think the first ring will be too big, but the second ring might work. I think this size here would be good. Like that. But now if I bend this straight, will these metal pieces break off is the question. Let me see if I can bend these. Like that, and then I can just cut that one off. Now it's not very pretty, but once the vine grows over it, you're not going to see it, right? It's a bit wonky, but it's okay. Then I did the same with the bigger ring, and I actually like this one the most. So if I squeeze it, it actually fits into the pot so beautifully. So I've decided to go with the bigger one. I'll fill this up with soil and then just side plant 2 wire vines and then start trailing them up. And then because I'm using the bigger pot, I can actually underplant it this year. So I was thinking that the dark green topiary will be the thriller. And then I'm maybe going to pop one Super Tunia Bordeaux into the center. So I've got a purple filler. And then I've got these little creeping jennies. Now, granted, these look like garbage because I've accidentally let these dry down to the point of wilting at least 4 times already. I'm just surprised they're still alive. But I'm going to actually propagate a bunch of these little cups now, and then I'll have them ready in the spring just to kind of dot on the sides. So these will be a lot more yellow in the sun. So I'll have a yellow spiller and then the purple filler and a dark green thriller. I think that'll look very beautiful. So here I've got a mixture of, it's just 50% peat and then perlite that I'm going to mix up. So I'm going to do 4 cups with the peat mixture. I did cut side holes into the little cups. You can see there for the water to drain out. And then I'm going to do 4 little cups with pon. I'm just going to clip all of that off. That's good. I'm just taking the 2 lower leaves off. So I'm going to do 3 cups of peat because I had less than I thought. So I'm just going to take the two ends. I'm not even going to use hormone powder with these because they root readily. And I'm just going to pop them in the middle and firm. You know what I should do is do 2 cups. And then I'm going to do 4 cups in pond. Now I know they like water. That's why I thought I would try the pond because this is a semi-hydro system. So I'm just going to place them in. Let me just find my reserve cup. I'm just going to maybe fill this up a bit more. Just place the stems in and then I'm going to just fill in around. And I'm just going to place a cup that hasn't got any holes under it. Now I'm going to place them on a tray. There we go. And then I'm going to cover that with a humidity dome. Now because of the see-through cups, whoops, I'm pouring the water out, I can monitor the root growth and just see which method works better. So I'm just going to put a label. Today's the 31st of January. Put that in there. And then I'm just going to put on a cover. I'm going to put these under the dome as well. So because this pot has a giant drain hole, I'm going to put a mesh pad over that. I actually bought this on Amazon and it's so useful. So I'm going to place that down on the hole and then I'm going to fill in some soil. So I took some time to unravel the vines and then now I'm just making a hole and adding some systemic and osmocote and then planting the vine up against the side of the pot. And then I'm going to do the same on this side. And then when I train my vines, I like to use just ordinary black cotton. Then I've tied the cotton off at the base again. And I'm just going to lightly wrap the cotton around. Okay, so this is what it looks like today. It's the 31st of January. And then I'll just post a monthly update just to show how it progresses. And then I did shift the soil away in the center. I left a gap for my annual. I don't want the wire vine roots getting all crazy in the middle because then I'd have to damage them to plant my annual. But that's the outcome. So I wanted to give you a quick update. I took these cuttings 5 days ago and you can see all the new growth points coming out. This little root. And if you look at the individual cups, you can see the fresh growth. And then also the roots coming out on the side of the stems because of the humidity dome. There's some down there as well.